My name is Elena Vance. I'm 33 years old. And for most of my life, I thought being the person everyone could depend on was something to be proud of. I thought it meant I was strong, responsible, loyal. I didn't realize until much later that in my family, being dependable simply meant everyone knew exactly who they could come to when they needed money. I was the fixer. Whenever something broke, I fixed it. Whenever someone was short on cash, I found a way. Whenever my family made a terrible decision, I was expected to clean up the consequences. And for years, I confused that with love. I work as a senior operations director for a regional luxury hotel chain. I've been in hospitality for 7 years, and my job has taught me something most people never learn. People reveal themselves when money is involved. You can learn a lot about someone by watching how they behave when a bill arrives. Some people reach for their wallet immediately. Some people quietly calculate their share, and some look around the room for the person they expect to pay. I grew up knowing exactly which kind of person my family expected me to be. My older brother Nathan was the opposite of me. He was charming, confident, funny when he wanted to be, and completely irresponsible. My parents called him their dreamer. Whenever he failed, they called it ambition. Whenever I succeeded, they called it luck. Nathan dropped out of college and announced that he wanted to open a graphic design studio. My parents gave him money. The studio failed 9 months later. They paid his debts. He bought an expensive car. They helped with the payments. He got married. They said his wedding needed to be impressive because appearances mattered. And when the catering company demanded a deposit that my parents couldn't afford, they came to me. I was 29 at the time. I remember sitting at my mother's kitchen table with my checkbook in front of me. She wouldn't look me in the eyes. My father kept talking about how important Nathan's wedding was, how people would remember it, how embarrassing it would be if they had to cut corners. And then my mother reached across the table and touched my hand. Family takes care of family, sweetheart. That sentence had followed me my entire life. I wrote the check. I told myself it was the last time. It wasn't. A few years earlier, my father had needed $5,000 to deal with a commercial roofing liability. I gave him the money from my emergency savings. He promised he'd pay me back. He never did. I didn't remind him, because somehow asking my own father for money I had earned made me feel guilty. That's what my family had taught me. Their emergencies were emergencies. My emergencies were inconveniences. Then came Nathan's biggest idea yet, a coffee lounge in downtown Nashville. He was convinced it would become the next big thing. He had no hospitality experience, no meaningful savings, no business track record. But he had confidence, and according to my parents, that was enough. The bank wanted a guarantor for a $100,000 business loan, someone with excellent credit, someone with liquid assets, someone who could absorb the loss if Nathan failed, someone like me. My parents invited me to Sunday dinner. I should have known something was wrong when my mother made my favorite dessert. Before the plates were cleared, my father slid a stack of papers across the table. "Just sign here, Elena." I looked at the document, then at him. "What's this?" "The loan." I turned toward Nathan. He smiled. "Come on, sis, it's just a signature." I picked up the business plan. I read it, then the lease, then the financial projections. The numbers were terrible, not slightly concerning, terrible. The rent was enormous. The projected margins were unrealistic. The startup costs were underestimated. There wasn't enough cash reserve to survive even a few slow months. I looked at Nathan. Have you ever managed a restaurant? No. Have you managed a retail business? No. Do you have enough cash to cover 6 months of operating expenses? He laughed. That's what the loan is for? I slowly put the papers down. Nathan, this is a bad idea. His smile disappeared. My mother stared at me. My father leaned back. You don't have to understand the business, he said. You just have to support your brother. I support him. I'm not signing a $100,000 guarantee. My mother's voice became sharp. He is your brother. I know. You don't audit your own family. I would if my family asked me to risk my entire financial future. Silence. Nobody moved. Then my father stood up. He pointed toward the front door. If you can turn your back on your brother over money, his voice shook with anger, then don't ever call yourself part of this family. I remember looking